lot of people are saying that Kendrick doesn't deserve to perform at the halftime show. Lil Wayne should have gotten it instead. That's what they were saying, and Lil Wayne felt the same exact way.
I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown.
Honestly, it makes a lot of sense why they didn't pick Lil Wayne. Personally, I think Kendrick was definitely the right option. Now, recently, there was a very much talked about story in hip-hop and pop culture that arose to the surface. The controversy was in relation to Compton rapper Kendrick Lamar and Louisiana rapper Lil Wayne. Over a week ago, it was announced that Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show, which takes place in February 2025. This was announced by Kendrick himself on X, formerly known as Twitter, with the help of a link to a YouTube video.
Meet me in New Orleans, February 9th, 2025.
Now, the story ended up making headlines for two reasons. Number one, the Super Bowl is a pretty big deal overall, and a halftime show being no exception. The other reason why it made headlines is because it's going to be hosted in New Orleans, Louisiana, where Lil Wayne is from. Leading up to this announcement, since it was a well-known fact that it was going to be hosted in New Orleans, people thought Lil Wayne was going to be the one performing. He's, after all, one of the biggest names in music from Louisiana, has always proudly repped it, and now this annual championship game, which is going to be seen by well over 100 million viewers, is going to be held in his city. This is going to be the 11th time it's being hosted in the city. Surely Lil Wayne should perform. That's what people thought. Following this announcement, the conversation turned ugly as hundreds of thousands of people voiced their dissatisfaction over this decision. Not only were fans, specifically Lil Wayne fans, speaking out on his behalf, but a lot of notable artists came out and did the same thing. Lil Wayne's friends, Nicki Minaj and Birdman, publicly denounced this decision. "Hating shit for real," Birdman said, denying a young black man for what he rightfully put into this game for no other reason but your ego. "Your hatred for Birdman, Drake, and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne," Nicki Minaj said. Lil Wayne himself came out days later and said that he felt hurt by this decision.
That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about, it hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown.
Nicki Minaj in her tweet was addressing Jay-Z, who's one of the key players in putting together the halftime show. In 2019, it was announced that Jay-Z and Roc Nation entered a partnership with the NFL. Jay-Z was now going to be one of the executive producers of the show. He now had a major role in developing one of the most watched concerts in the United States. This partnership was supposed to help the NFL diversify the halftime show lineup, engage younger audiences, and deliver memorable performances, which it eventually did. The controversy around this decision was centered around Lil Wayne, who was supposedly snubbed because it was going to be held in his city. That's what Lil Wayne himself felt happened, which he expressed in that video I played you. It also briefly became about Drake, who was reportedly offered to perform at the Super Bowl multiple times, but it turns out that was a baseless rumor with no factual evidence backing it up. Jay-Z, one of the shot callers, has been in the focal point of the backlash as well. The question people have been posing is, why didn't Jay-Z pick Lil Wayne for this? Well, the answer to that question is, although Jay is one of the decision makers, the truth is he's not the only one. Jay and Roc Nation are merely in a partnership with the National Football League. He only has the power to provide the city that is hosting the Super Bowl with a list of artists that's supposed to represent the NFL for the halftime show. All of this then gets discussed with an entire board and committee of people, which then has to be approved by the hosting city. So in the end, it doesn't come down to Jay-Z's own opinion. How exactly does Jay come up with the list though? Well, Roc Nation is an entertainment company with a lot of cultural status due to Jay-Z's relevance. They study the trends of pop culture, the behavior of young people, and what they're gravitating towards, and pick the most appealing candidates, with mainstream popularity at the forefront of their mind. Lil Wayne is undeniably one of the most influential rappers in hip-hop. His track record is extensive, his influence runs deep, and he was, after all, considered one of the greatest rappers alive at one point. Nobody can take that away from him. However, it is important to note that Lil Wayne is just not as relevant to this young generation as he once used to be, the youth being a focal point here, because young people decide what's cool in pop culture. The NFL is a business at the end of the day, and one of the most important factors as to who gets to be on that stage is not only cultural relevance, but mainstream appeal. A big part of that is image. Lil Wayne is someone whose brand is compiled of promoting things like popping pills, sipping lean, and living a very destructive lifestyle. We can't ignore that these things being a part of his image does alienate a certain part of the mainstream consumer, and big brands partnering with the NFL. On the other hand, Kendrick is coming up out of one of the most successful years of his career after dropping Not Like Us, one of the fastest growing rap songs in hip-hop history. Kendrick is one of the most culturally relevant names in the mainstream world of music right now. And unlike Lil Wayne, he is a more marketable name and face to the mainstream consumer. The halftime show has never been about honoring any particular artist in their respective cities, as it's been about pulling in and retaining the attention of as many viewers as possible. Now, this doesn't say anything about Lil Wayne's worth as an artist at all, and it doesn't make Kendrick any better. It just makes it a decision that has to make sense for the National Football League. I also don't like the fact that people are trying to take away Kendrick's moment, which I feel like Lil Wayne unintentionally did by showing up in a way where he came across as entitled to a position that wasn't promised to him. And I say that respectfully to Wayne because, first of all, I love Lil Wayne and I grew up on Lil Wayne. Actually, he was a rapper who got me into hip-hop. Let's just say it like it is. It's not Lil Wayne's time at this particular moment right now. Everyone shines in different seasons, and Kendrick Lamar just 2 seasons ago wasn't shining. He dropped Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers after years of hiatus, and commercially, like we all know, the album didn't perform all that well. The numbers Kendrick did on that project is considered as a flop by most people, judging from Kendrick's standards. Personally, I feel like he dropped that album knowing exactly what it was, something that wasn't gonna get as much mainstream attention as his other projects, knowing that it wasn't going to be more than what it was, which is an ultra conceptual album that was harder to digest than his other albums. This was an album for Kendrick's core fan base. He took that chance, and sure, it didn't pay off in terms of commercial success, but when has Kendrick Lamar been an artist that gets judged based on his commercial success? He's never put that at the forefront of his value. However, if you look at someone like Drake, he's always taken great pride in numbers defining him, and he's been very vocal about that. So when he doesn't perform as well, people judge him harshly because that's what he himself has been leading with. So every artist, no matter who you are, gets judged based on the metric they put the most amount of stock in. There's no right or wrong, by the way. It just is what it is. So this is Kendrick's moment right here. On top of that, February is Black History Month. Kendrick is a conscious rapper who dedicated an entire album to racial inequality and discrimination Black Americans have faced in the United States for hundreds of years. The halftime show is a moment where those things can be brought to the big stage. What better artist than Kendrick, especially at a time like this, can do that? Overall, I will say that it's kind of sad to see that Lil Wayne felt the way he felt, and I don't want to invalidate Wayne's feelings because, you know, I like Lil Wayne. I'm a Lil Wayne fan. Obviously, Lil Wayne bought into the hype of thinking that this position was for him because it's being held in his city. Part of me understands where he might be coming from, but then again, another part of me doesn't understand. And it's a little strange to see so many people voicing their frustration, denouncing this opportunity Kendrick was presented with, knowing damn well a lot of these people haven't really supported Wayne like that. If you want to give Lil Wayne his flowers, I would suggest you listen to his records, you buy his merchandise, you purchase his concert tickets when he's going on tour, and don't wait until a corporation puts him on a big stage for you to give him the flowers that you say that he so much deserves. I mean, Lil Wayne is here with us today. Why should we wait to support him until he's on some kind of big platform? Why? I mean, he's here, he's alive, he's still making music, so support him. The issue with this entire conversation is the fact that people wanted to make this thing about something that it's not, which, you know, I just don't think it was necessary at all. At the end of the day, this is a very big moment for Kendrick, and I'm looking forward to the performance, especially because, you know, he's probably going to be performing this song where he calls a certain rapper in the game a word, and I just want to see how that plays out. Anyway, my name is Blacky Speaks. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, okay? Welcome to the family. Come in, come in, come in. And if you enjoyed this video and you made it this far, obviously you enjoyed it, drop a like on this video so you can let the algorithm know that you like this video, okay? I'm curious what you have to say about this topic right here. Kendrick, Lil Wayne, the Super Bowl controversy. What are your thoughts? Curious to hear what you have to say. Drop it in the comment section below. I'll catch you there. But most importantly of all, I'll catch you on the next video, okay? Take care of yourself. Have a good day. Have a good night. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.